Hello, and thank you for joining us today. I'm Jenny Washburn, and I'm a member of the Central Committee of the Maryland House and Garden Pilgrimage. I'm delighted to be here today with Hannah Byron and our photographer Doug Miller in the Byron's lovely home in the Greenspring Valley in Baltimore County, Maryland, which she shares with her husband Kimball Byron. Hannah and Kimball raised a family here and have enjoyed many happy years here together, and she's going to share with us a wealth of information about the house, which was originally a bottling plant on a dairy farm known as Burnside. Please enjoy the tour of the Byron's house and gardens.
Thank you, Jenny. It's wonderful to have the opportunity to share some of the history and photographs of the Stone Dairy. There is information about the Shoemaker family and the farm in the Greenspring Valley book, It's History and Heritage by Dawn Thomas. The Shoemaker estate, known as Burnside, was one of the better known valley properties in the first half of the 20th century, for it was here that the Walker Gordon certified milk was produced to be sold in Baltimore. When my husband and I first moved in, Sally Robinson gave us some historical artifacts, including copper tin negatives of some of the dairy operations, and also blue, red, and gold ribbons from the Baltimore County Agricultural Society from 1898 to 1900 for the dairy cattle. The reputation of the cattle and the cows from Burnside was renowned. And in fact, in some of my research, I found an article from a 1917 journal that had photographs of one of Burnside's Guernseys called the Ultra Cecilia that was actually purchased for $3,500, which was quite a lot of money back in 1917. And it was that reputation for the dairy cows that led to George Gordon of Walker Gordon Laboratories soliciting an interest from Samuel Shoemaker in producing clean milk. In 1906, the Stone Dairy was built, and was built to increase the bottling capacity. It was connected with the stables by an overhead electronic trolley system from which hung little cars. And we did find a piece of the track on Burnside when we were digging around one day. Then that's really the only artifact that we have found here on the farm. Each car carried 4 full covered pails of milk to the dairy, where the milk was poured over a sterilized cooler. And the milk was cooled within about 5 minutes after leaving the cow. 11 men worked in the barns and 4 in the dairy, handling 2,500 quarts of milk daily. I found the price sheet very interesting as well. It was for the modified milk or prescription feedings for children, or nursery milk. There was a raw, pasteurized, or sterilized milk, cereal waters or jellies, and then there was a milk and cream for ocean voyages. With the advent of World War II and the general use of pasteurization, it made certified milk less necessary and brought the dairy business to an end. Most of the buildings were taken down or converted, but the Stone Dairy remains. After the Stone Dairy ceased bottling milk, it was converted into 2 apartments. I remember in 1990 when my husband and I looked at purchasing the Stone Dairy, it really required a lot of work on the inside and outside. All of the lentils above each window needed to be refurbished. I had a great crew from Washington, D.C. come in probably over a period of 5 years to repair all of the lentils and underneath the roof. The roof is actually concrete. A few years ago, we built a pool and pool house that we love and have lots of gardens now, a perennial garden, a native garden, rose garden, vegetable garden, herb garden, and others. It's a great joy. Apparently these were where they had the administrative office and they would have church services up here on Sunday. There's always more that you want to do in an old house, and we certainly still have our list of projects, but we're taking a little break to prepare for our son's wedding that will take place in our front yard on September 4th. Very exciting. Several years ago, we had the Maryland Tree Program come out and measure our ginkgo, which is magnificent. And it is tied for first place champion ginkgo tree in the state of Maryland.
We hope you've enjoyed the virtual tour of the Byron's Historic Home. Please check our website where we will continue to feature interesting articles about historic homes and properties in the state of Maryland. And we look forward to welcoming all the pilgrims back to our in-person tours in the spring of 2022.